So I assume everybody's heard the common saying that airlines are the safest way to travel. And I looked into that, and I think that might be a myth. And here's why. I went to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics. I'll put a link in the comments. But it is true that the number of people that die from airline accidents is drastically lower than the number of people that die from any other mode of travel. However, I'm not sure that's a really fair statistic in the sense that people really aren't flying everywhere, but we're largely driving everywhere. So what I thought was a more relevant statistic was this: how many people die per mile traveled with the different modes? And it completely changed everything. So here were the numbers that they gave. It was about 1.5 deaths per 100 million miles traveled on the road. Whereas with airlines, it's 2.5 per 100,000 air flight hours. So assuming that a plane travels around 500 miles an hour and scaling that to 100 million miles, the number was about 3,000, just under 3,000 deaths per 100 million miles traveled. So if you're going to travel a certain distance, you're more likely, according to these numbers, you're far more likely to die from airline flight than from regular highway travel. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe my calculation's incorrect, but I double checked it a number of times. I haven't had anybody else check it. Please check it for me. And the reason why I looked it up is because I wanted to use the analogy that you get far less deaths per gigawatt hour if you use nuclear energy than any other energy source. But that's because you're normalizing it on the use, like for miles, for example. Even though with airline travel, when you have an airline accident, it makes national headlines, and so it becomes sensationalized. And so that's why I wanted to use the analogy with nuclear. But no, I'm not so sure. I don't think that it's a good analogy anymore to compare that, even though the statistics, that's what they show, is that per gigawatt hour for all accidents combined, Fukushima, Chernobyl, you get less deaths using nuclear per gigawatt hour than any other energy source. Well, it's comparable to solar, depending on whether you're using linear no threshold or not. If you accept linear no threshold, then it's right around the same rate as you get for solar. Anyway, I thought that would be interesting. Please check my math, and you can go back to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, the federal site, and let me know if I made a mistake. Thanks. Appreciate it.